Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. Today I will be talking about community with a shared future. What is a shared future? What is the philosophy behind this vision? Why China is promoting a community with a shared future? And how China will be achieving a community with a shared future. However, before that I dwell into the concept and philosophy of community with a shared future. Let's see why it was needed. Why China presented this model? If we look around for the last 2 decades or try to analyze the last 2 or 3 decades, especially last 2 decades, we will see 2 or 3 phenomena which were happening very fast. Number one, the clash of civilization. A theory was presented where the Western media and the Western thinkers and the Western policymaker, they were saying, so there is a danger of the clash of civilization. Why? They were saying, we have achieved end of history. What does this mean, end of history? It means all the rival or the competing ideology has been defeated. So no one is here to compete with us or to be the rival for us. So there is only one danger, and that is the clash of civilizations, because there are different types of the cultures and civilizations which can create clash between different parts of the world. And unfortunately they identified Muslim culture as a rival culture, and from that they wage a war on terror. Although it was war on terror, but behind this war of terror there was the mentality of clash of civilizations and end of history. The third thing which was happening, that was Western countries, they were saying, as all the rival systems or ideologies has been defeated, so there is only one culture, and that is Western culture, which is superior to other cultures. So other countries have to follow it. And it had created problem as war on terror, and also the Western countries launched some wars at the name of the democracy, human rights and the liberal values, like in Libya, like in other parts of the world, and they were trying to introduce their model. Against this backdrop, world was quite disturbed, and the countries were looking, especially developing and least developed countries and the countries from the global south. So they were looking some initiative which can counter this mentality and can bring development and peace in the world. Against this backdrop, President Xi Jinping presented the idea of community with a shared future. To understand community with a shared future, we need to comprehend President Xi Jinping's thoughts on socialism with Chinese characteristics in new era, because it is widely believed. So the basic philosophy is imbibed in the thoughts, and that thought helped China to devise this comprehensive program. Although this was mentioned in 2012, but still it has very strong linkages to the President Xi Jinping thoughts. The President Xi Jinping thoughts can be described as he has constructed these thoughts to contribute or build a fair, just, secure and a prosperous society. How? Through rule-based, law of rule, people-centered governance, opportunity for everybody, and treat everybody on equality. Why? Because they want to create a world where the people are living in peace and cooperative they prefer cooperative coexistence, and they enjoy the benefits of the prosperity and the development. So this is a basic philosophy of community with a shared future. And not community with a shared future, the President Xi Jinping thought. So from where the community with a shared future has been derived. Now, as Chinese philosophies are the Chinese way of working, they never present any idea without any concrete supportive programs or the projects. Because China believes theory is nothing, idea is nothing until unless you practice it, you take action and create knowledge and refine the theory against the knowledge. So China came forward to bring its own methods to implement or achieve the objectives of community with a shared future. President Xi Jinping has constructed 5 pillars to achieve the goals of community with a shared future. Number 1, he introduced the word Belt and Road Initiative. It is the signature program of China, and it's a signature program President Xi Jinping. Through that program, China is promoting, let's work together. Before the BRI, we know that the Western countries, they were dictating terms to the developing countries. They were saying, if you have to build a linkages with our market or economy, you have to follow our instructions, our dictations, and you have to go for a liberal democracy or something, I don't know, whatever. They bring all type of the conditions. But President Xi Jinping said, no, this is a development program and we will pursue this program through discussion and the collaboration. We will not impose our program on you and we will not impose our model on you. Rather, you will decide what you need. So China introduced Belt and Road Initiative to enhance global growth and development and contribute to the prosperity of the world. If we look at the last 10 years, so China, under the BRI, China has invested almost $1 trillion US. And this investment also mobilized $2.49 trillion from other partner countries. So that's mean almost 3.50 trillion has been mobilized for the economic growth and the development and infrastructure building. So that is a major contribution. Moreover, till now, so 152 countries and 32 organizations have joined BRI. It also have created a help millions of the people to come out of the poverty trap. But the biggest contribution of BRI is that BRI created an alternative for the developing country. It acted as a shield against exploitation by the Western country, and it also acted as a debt relief because the country has been entangled in the debt trap. So BRI helped them to create economic growth, development and financial resources which they are using to pay back the debt of IMF, World Bank and other Western countries. Second, President Xi Jinping came up with the idea of Global Development Initiative. Because China and the President Xi Jinping is thought as a major responsible power, it is the responsibility of China to contribute to assist world to tackle their development issues and the most important challenges. Because if you look around the last 2 decades, so international financial institutions or the development institutions or the political institutions, they were not able to tackle those issues like the poverty, climate change, environmental degradations, rising debt and many other things. So President Xi Jinping presented this as the idea of the Global Development Initiative. So that idea is helping the world to tackle their issues like of the climate change or the economic growth and other things, and China is providing the aid. For example, under this program, China has already committed $1 billion US in addition to the $3 billion US which has been committed for the South-South Cooperation Fund. So apart from that, China is establishing other platforms like for the agriculture, digital economy, skill development, for the food security, energy transition, for the youth development. So everywhere China is putting the focus under the GDI. But following 2 fundamental principles. Number 1, equality. Number 2, respect the diversity. So nobody have to follow the Chinese model and we have to respect everybody. Third, China came up with the idea of Global Security Initiative. It has been built on 4 pillars again. The 4 pillars are common, comprehensive, coordinated and sustainable security. What does this mean? It means if we have to talk about the security, it should be the common for everybody. It should not be like for my country, for my people or for my region. So no, this should not be the mentality. When we have to talk about the security, we have to talk about in a common term. So everybody should take it is our security. Then comprehensive. We have to deal traditional and non-traditional issues equally. For example, if we are talking about the geographical threats, we have to talk about climate change, food insecurity, we have to talk about the crimes, organized crimes, we have to talk about cyber security and all other types of the security. Third, coordinated. So our response should be the coordinated. There should not be like that, I will decide where to attack or what do we have to do. No, every country should sit together and decide how we can tackle this issue in a better way. Fourth, sustainable security. The security cannot be achieved without tackling the basic issues of food security, poverty and other things. So these are the 4 pillars of Global Security Initiative. China is applying these 4 pillars by adhering to the philosophy, Chinese philosophy. Development and dialogue should walk hand in hand. It should not be separated. So it should be, dialogue should be preferred to solve the conflict. It should not be the military solution, it should be the human and the development solution. So development and the dialogue should move forward hand in hand. And it is producing a quite good result. The biggest example we can see in the recent years, that is the agreement between Saudi Arabia and Iran. If we understand the dynamics of their rivalry and their importance in the Muslim world and the region, we can understand how it would be difficult, how it was difficult to bring two rival countries on the table and solve their issues peacefully. That is the success of GSI. We can talk about when the President Xi Jinping, China has presented solution for Palestine, when they gave the proposal for the Syrian conflict, when they gave a proposal for Ukraine crisis. China is also trying to solve its own issues, like in South China Sea, or like in Hong Kong and other parts. So China is applying the same methodology and the same philosophy. And then if you look at the fourth indicator, that is a global civilization indicator. As we talk, when there was a concept of the clash of civilizations, so people didn't like it because it started a new war at the name of war on terror, that has killed millions of the people and destroyed the infrastructure and economic opportunities. So that was happening, and West was saying, oh, my culture is superior, my civilization is superior, and you have to follow it. And there was no respect for the diversity, rather they were promoting the idea of uniformity. Against this backdrop, the Global Civilization Initiative promotes diversity. It says, so every civilization has contributed in the development of the world. So every civilization must celebrate its contribution, and no civilization has the right to tell the other civilization, oh, your civilization is not better, so my civilization is better than you. So it promoted the idea, so harmony in the diversity. So we have to live in the harmony, but we have to respect the diversity. The fifth pillar of President Xi Jinping's thought is of a community for shared future is ecological civilization. If we don't respect the laws of nature, if we don't follow the principles of the nature, nature will haunt us. We have seen, no doubt, if you look at the Industrial Revolution 3, 2 and 1, they have contributed in the development of the world and produced a lot of wealth, but it has deteriorated environment, and environmental degradation has happened. And the worst impact of the environment degradation is climate change. The climate change is threatening the very existence of this planet Earth. So we have to think about new arrangements, other new things where we can talk about the development and about the environment simultaneously, and the environment and the development can move hand in hand. So that's why President Xi Jinping presented the idea of ecological civilization. The idea talk about human and the planet nature, they are the equal partner. Environment and the human, they are equal partner of the planet of Earth. It does not like that what happened in the past, during the first and second and third industrial revolutions. The environment was taken as an external factor. No, President Xi Jinping and China decided, no, they are the equal partners. So there is a need to create a harmony between them, because impact of one, an action of one will create impact on the other. So we have to devise a formula where we can develop and we can protect the environment equally. So here comes the initiative of ecological civilization. So these are the 5 pillars in brief, and if you want to read about and talk about, you can also read my book, where I have written a dedicated chapter on that. So community with a shared future with the 5 pillars. So with that, China is moving bit by bit. And how China is moving? China is applying the traditional Chinese wisdom, but in the modern time, the philosophy of China, the Chinese wisdom they are defining, they have the confidence in the path, they have the confidence in the theory, they have the confidence in their action. So they are moving with the confidence, and China is quite hopeful they will contribute to a prosperous world. That's why we can say, so through these 5 pillars under the community shared future, so China will be able to create a harmonious world, a world which is based on the rule of law, a world where everybody have the choice and the right to pursue development without any discrimination and the fear, and the people prefer for the cooperative coexistence instead of fighting with each other, there would be no rivalry and there would be the competition, but that competition should be who serve the humanity better, not who control the humanity. I think that is a fundamental thing we have to keep in mind. So their future, what I foresee, if the China and the world able to implement community with a shared future with their 5 pillars, so we will live in a world so where people will be competing for a better human environment, to serve the humanity, not to control the humanity. Thank you so much.